Hi there everyone. AMM School of Engineering, Trichy, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Subject Mechatronics, Unit number 2, Online Classes. Myself Saravanan, Assistant Professor in Mechatronics Department. Okay. Unit number 2, that is Microprocessor and Microcontroller. In this unit we discussed 8085. Okay, that is 8085 microprocessor. In this 8085 microprocessor, we discussed about microprocessor 8085 architecture, timing diagram, then pin diagram of 8085, then programming part, addressing mode and instruction set, like that we discussed. This is enough for programming the 8085 and know the internal architecture of 8085. Let's see the programs in future classes of 8085. Next we need to know 8051 microcontroller. This is the second half of unit 2, that is microcontroller. That is already we discussed what is microprocessor. So microprocessor is a processor, that is central processing unit, which is working in a microsecond speed. That is for one instruction execution it will be take 1 microsecond or 2 microseconds, like that they are using. So only it is called a microprocessor. Okay, in microprocessor, what are the disadvantages of microprocessor? Like that we need to know. Then only we will understand the microcontroller. In microprocessor we cannot connect the external devices. Okay, external devices means external input output devices like stepper motor, LED, keyboard, then other switches, like that we cannot directly interface with the 8085, because in 8085 there is no direct input output port. In 8085 pin diagram we can't see any input output ports. If input output ports available in 8085, we can connect. Okay, this is the main disadvantage of 8085. If you want to connect the external device, you need an interface device like that 8255, like that. There are more number of interface devices like that. We need to know. We required for interface the external devices. Okay, so that's the main problem in the microprocessor. For rectifying the process, Intel designed the microcontroller, that is 8051 microcontroller. So microcontroller as well as same as microprocessor, but it is having input output ports, timers, counters, then special registers, internal memory, like that it is having. Okay, this is the main advantage of microcontroller. Okay, so main difference also this is. Okay, same. This is also 8-bit processor, but it is having internal input output ports, internal timer, internal memory. Okay, then internal counter, like that it is having. Then special purpose register, like that it is having. Okay, this is the advantages of microcontroller. So let's see architecture of 8051 in this chapter. It is a 8051 is a basic component, that is a 4K bytes internal ROM, 128 bytes internal RAM, 4 8-bit input output ports, that is P0 to P3, two 16-bit timers and counters, two 16-bit timers and counters, then one serial interface, then 8-bit CPU. So already we told that if CPU having internal memory, timer, serial input output port and input output having, that is total unit will be called microcontroller. Okay, this is a single chip microcontroller. Okay, this is the basic block diagram, that means general diagram. So what are the devices what are the internal functional devices they have? So that is represented in the block diagram. So that is CPU, oscillator for frequency generation, internal interrupt controller, then ROM, RAM, then timers, bus control circuit, then serial, then input output ports. These are the general functional blocks of 8051. So features of 8051, it is having 8-bit data bus and 16-bit address bus, only one on-chip oscillator, external crystal oscillator. Okay, 6 interrupt sources, 2 external, 3 internal, and reset. 64 external code, that is program memory. Only read, that is PSEN, for selecting the external memory. 64K external data memory can be read and write by the RD and WR instruction. Then code memory is selectable by EA, that is internal or external, that is external access. The shortly they are putting EA. So this is the architecture of 8085 and complete architecture of 8051. Sorry, 8051. Okay, let's see one by one. Okay, here ALE unit. This is the ALE unit. Okay, arithmetic logic unit to perform the arithmetic and the logical operations. Here they are using temporary register 1, temporary register 2, and accumulator register and PSW. Let's see one by one. So already we know that the accumulator is a special purpose register. If we want to perform any addition operation or a logical operation like that, any one of the data should be in the accumulator. It can be accessible by the user. Then temporary register and temporary register 2 are accessible only by the controller, cannot accessible by the uh, programmer. Okay. So then PSW, that is program status word. So already in 8085 we discussed about flag register. So here they changed the name only, same as. So program status word, that is perform the uh, show the status of what happened in the arithmetic process, arithmetic or logical operation process. That is a carry flag, a zero flag, an auxiliary carry, then parity flag, then carry flag, like that. Like that, they have, it is have PSW. Okay, it is to show the status of ALU process. So this is the ALU unit. It is perform 8-bit operations, 8-bit addition and logical operations. Okay. Then special function register and timers. So what is special function register? For example, in 8085 we have move A comma B. Okay, that registers are defined as the memory, internal memory. So we cannot put, we are not putting any uh, opcode for the registers. For example, move A comma B means we are putting only opcode for the move. Okay, it is a 1-byte instruction. Here for move A comma R0, so here they are using R0 to R7 registers. Okay, if move A comma R0 means you have to put address for R0. Okay, that is the concept in the 8051. Okay, that is they called special function register. The register which is represented by the 8-bit address. The register which is represented by 8-bit register called special function registers. Okay, then timers. So for counting the operation, for selecting the operation, they are using the timers. Okay, in 8085 we have 16-bit timer. So timer 0 and timer 1 and counter 0 and counter 1 depend on the operations. Okay, so timer 0 act as a two 8-bit timers, TL0 and TH0. So same as timer 1 act as a two timers, that is TL1, that is TH1. So timers which is used to generate the time period between the two functional execution for control operations. Next is stack pointer. Here stack pointer is 16-bit stack pointer. Same concept, that is we will used for the push and pop operations. Okay. Then RAM, memory. Okay, it is having internal memory. So what is the difference between internal and external memory? If we have memory in internal means you can access the memory with the high speed data rate, because it is all implemented inside the chip. Okay, so you can easily access the internal memory. So only if you have internal memory, for example phone having internal memory 32 GB means, so it will be very usable. Okay, that is we can access the 32 GB memory in very fast manner. So here they are using RAM with 128 bytes. Then they have flash memory, that is ROM. Okay, that's for basic operations and like that program memory like that loaded into the flash. Okay, then B register, this is also special register in used in the 8051. Okay, program address register and buffer, PC incrementer, program counter and DPTR. Okay, DPTR is a data pointer which is represent the particular memory. For example, move a comma DPTR at a DPTR, like that we are giving a instructions. So DPTR represent the particular memory as a pointer. Okay, if example DPTR represent the 4000 means 4000 act as a address, then 4000 address value will be sent to the accumulator. Then program counter, already we know that which is store the address of the next instruction which is going to execute. Next, PC incrementer, that is program counter incrementer. For every instruction execution, the program counter value will be increased by 1 byte. Then program address register, so it is stored the program address, that is uh, for example starting address 4000 means it will store the program address. So like that store, these are the 16-bit uh, data processing. Then finally we have input output ports. So in 8051 we have four types of four input output ports which can use as input output ports as well as in the multi-purpose ports. Okay, so port that is having drivers and latches. So drivers and latches required to convert the data between the input output devices and processor, because processor access only the machine ports. So we need to convert the drivers. So we need to know we require drivers for converting the data. So that we are using for each port we can connect the 8, for each port we can connect the 8 devices. Okay, totally we can connect 32 bits, 32 devices in theoretical, but real time we cannot connect 32 devices. Okay, but but theoretically we can connect the 32 input output devices. This is the concept. Okay, so then timing and control unit and instruction register which is produce the control signals like ALE, reset, read and write operations, so like that we discussed. So that is will produce by the timing and control unit. This is the oscillator for generating the clock pulses. Okay, so this is the complete architecture of 8051. So special function process, that is DP gets data pointer high, data pointer low, that is represented by the address. So already told that each register which is represented by the 8-bit address, 8-bit address. Okay, that is data point register only by address is addressing possible. Same as interrupt enable, interrupt priority, serial input output buffer, SCOM, that is S serial communication control, timing control. So timer 0, that is lower byte, timer 1 higher byte, timer 1 lower byte, timer mode set. Okay, these are controlling register which is used in the microcontroller. So 8051 registers, we have accumulator and B register, then program status word, PSW, then SP stack pointer, PC program counter, DPTR data pointer and input output registers P0 to P3. Okay, otherwise we have serial data buffer register, timing register, power and port control, interrupt control register, timer control register. So these are the registers available in 8051, that is AB. So R0 to R7, then DPTR and program counter. So DPTR we can use as a DPH as well as DPL for 8-bit processing. Okay, this is the complete architecture of 8051. Let's take a look for any process. So in this architecture, we have buffer for save the data. Okay, for a particular time period for giving the particular delay, because we are going to connect the external devices, input output devices. So faster and slow devices concept, we need to define the buffer. Okay, next is serial input output control. That is serial input output control done in the 8051 for serial communication. So this is controlled by the SMOD, that is serial mode controller registers. Okay, this is the main in 8085 they are using the most of control register format. 8085 work in a 5 volt concept and 6 megahertz operational operating frequency. Okay, why we are using 8-bit register as a special function register? That means, so every register represented by the 8-bit date, 8-bit address. For this purpose, we can access the register from the internal memory. Okay, so we have a more clarity on the execution process. So control operations will be high. So in this 8051, so output, that is termination process will be undefined loop. That is they are using sjump dollar symbol. They are using for unconditional jumping. For repeating process, they will execute it in the output. Okay. Then they are using latch in the port. So this is also uh, for used as a buffer. Okay. Same port 1 and 2 and 2 and 3 are used as a address and data bus. Okay, so already said that, that is ports are used for different, that is multiple operations. So for input output operation, they act as a input output device, input output port. So remaining operation will act as a address and data bus. So this is the concept of ports available in the 8051. Okay, so this is the 8051 complete architecture. So in this chapter we discussed, so what is 8051? So what is the difference between microprocessor and microcontroller? So what are the basic elements of 8051? Then features of 8051, then architecture of 8051 we discussed. Okay. This is the one of the important question in this unit for 8051 internal architecture. Okay, thank you. So remaining we will see in the next class. Next class we will discuss about the 8051 pin diagram as well as programming of microprocessor and microcontroller. Like that we discussed. Thank you.